What's up, everybody? It's your boy ForexFunded. As always, links in the description. Join the chart analysis. Get all my analysis, my signals, my education. I just wanted to make what is hopefully going to be a quick video, kind of discussing what I was saying in the chart analysis about we're between Big Bear and Big Bull Fib, and the big boys don't know what they want to do. So as you can see, so our bullish fib right here, we're not tapping these orders at 50% yet. Now on the bear side, also not tapping these orders at 61. The big boys don't want to tap into those orders yet because it's gonna expedite the move, right? So if we tap into these orders, likely it will send us down. Just like how if we tap into this 50%, it's gonna send us up. They don't know what the fuck they want to do yet. There's too much of this shit with Trump. I mean, we just had a really good we just had a really good, that really good entry that we took earlier from 50, right? So from our high to our low, we had that 50 that we sold off, and then the entire move got wiped in 15 fucking minutes because of the whole shit that just happened with Trump saying he's pausing Operation Freedom. Um, really out of our control. We don't know when any of that type of shit's gonna happen. Now, with that being said, I think realistically, we're gonna play around in this range again until the big boys make up their mind to as to if they want to take that news and run with it, or if it's just gonna be another piece of bullshit, that doesn't pan out, right? Um, so for now, I'll probably keep my eyes on this smaller bearish fib. Maybe we get a reaction from 61. Maybe we get a reaction from 78. I don't know. It is also possible that we don't even break these highs, and in which case we could be sent lower and we can, you know, look for sells after you break lower, or, maybe we'll get some price action here. For me, I mean, overall, the confirmation that we're going to pull back more is breaking this high. So this fib, we'll go higher. But you can probably say that if you break 7-8 by a good amount, more than half, that's already been decided, right? You'll also be able to see it in the price action these next couple hours. Like if we do end up breaking this temporary high and we just start rocketing, then chances are we will break up higher. And then from that, what you can do is your fib from your high to your low, and then you can start looking for obviously 50% of that, your 61 of that, and then your 7-8, right? Um, Overall, it's just a range within a range because, there's so much uncertainty. But at the end of the day, the main fundamental driver right now being the oil prices, which is causing the inflation concerns. Until that's solved, it's going to be very, very, very hard for gold to rally. Um, but it seems like every 2 or 3 days, the sentiment is changing from okay, things are looking better to like okay, never mind, they're looking worse. Now they're better. Now they're worse. So, until we have an actual end to the conflict, until we have ships passing through Hormuz, it's still too early to tell. All we can do right now is watch the price action and see what the price action dictates. Um, but yeah, to me, I do feel like they will probably use this news to buy us up. But I really don't think we're gonna break the high from it, right? Not from the news that just dropped, right? There has to be more that builds onto it. There has to be more, teasing of we're getting close to a deal, we're getting close, we're getting close. That way the big boys can start to get positioned in for the buy. Or, maybe we get up around 50, 61, or 7-8, and maybe it just all falls apart and they manipulate right back down. Another thing you can say is like if this move does get very strong, right? You now have a new, if we do break higher, now you do have a new higher low. So you can use a fib from there to wherever we stop and look for that bit of pullback to, if we do break in, it's strong, you can look for some shit like that, right? And there's a lot of fucking arrows on my chart, but it's really just been headline trading ever since, really the start of the Iran conflict. It's just been driven by headlines. And today is a perfect example of that. There's a headline that's made in gold, changes her entire mind in the span of, I mean, I showed you guys in the chart analysis, we had a $9 minute candle. Well, seven, and it was closed. And then you have right after that a $12. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, something's up. But luckily, we had that trade break even already. So if you didn't take any partials, okay, you got to break even. If you took partials, you made a little bit of money. But we'll just have to see how they structure things for the for today. To me, it does. This is still looking sort of powerful. So once we get above all of this and we're strongly above it, you can, like I mentioned, you can go I just deleted the fib I need. You can go and look for some sort of a pullback, right? In my opinion, what would make a lot of sense is, unless they're trying to just rock it, right? Come to around 61 and then pull back, but that's where it also gets tricky because you could take that 61 and then end up breaking these lows. Um, and that's the biggest problem with trading right now is you can have a very very good directional bias. Price action can look awesome, but the higher time frame and the overall picture is not perfect for that, right? Meaning, this sell from 61, which is perfectly valid because you have a high and you have a low. This is your obviously your high that doesn't matter what it broke, but that high brought a low that a lower low. So that is valid. Obviously, you could see a reaction from it, and maybe it's just a little 200-300 pip sell to go for a buy, right? Because if they are going to run with it, you will see that change in structure. Um, so we'll have to see. For right now, I'll probably hold off on taking any more sells. Meaning at 61, I probably won't sell it. I would prefer to wait for something like this. But we'll have to see. Hopefully, we get a little bit more confirmation in how this not situation, but how this is going to be handled with the whole, you know, Project Freedom being paused. But hopefully, and most likely by New York tomorrow, we'll have a good sense of direction to catch another couple thousand pips.